owner, this is a little different question. He pays 36 cents. See how the points after the dollar sign? That means 36 cents for a gallon of soda water. If the restaurant's waitress uses 2.5 gallons a week to make Italian soda for her customer, how much must the owner spend in water in a year? Okay, well, how much is he spending each week, first of all? It's 36 cents a gallon, and they're using 2.5 gallons every week. So we're using 2.5 gallons. Each gallon costs 36 cents. So we take the 2.5 times the 0.36. Okay, we get 0.9, which is 90 cents. Okay, all right, now let's take a look. They wanted to know how much you're going to spend in a year. Okay, so this is per week. How many weeks are in a year? There are 52. So you're spending 90 cents a week for 52 weeks. Looks like only $46.80 is spent on soda water. Okay, so first we found out how much they spend in 1 week. And then we multiplied that by the number of weeks in a year to find the total for the year. Here's Savannah. Savannah Bryan is a career coach. Her bi-weekly salary is $2,025. What is her annual salary going to be? Okay, bi-weekly, what does that mean? It means every 2 weeks. Well, how many times are you paid a year? 26 times. Okay, so we're going to take the $2,025 for each paycheck times 26 paychecks, and that will give us our total for the year. It's like $52,650. Next, Cecilia gets paid semi-monthly. Semi-monthly means 2 times every month, or 24 times. 2 times 12 months, 24 times, twice a month. Her semi-monthly salary is $1,675.65. Her annual salary would be how many dollars? Okay, so she makes $1,675.65 in each paycheck. She gets 24 of those paychecks in a year. So we're taking $1,675.65 times 24. Looks like she makes $40,215.60. Right here we have Bob, another example. Bob is paid bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks. Okay, or how many times is that? 26 times. He has a salary of $1,450. Now he's paid on a semi-monthly basis. What is his semi-monthly salary? So what we're going to have to do is take our bi-weekly, convert it to annual, and then we're going to take the annual and change that into semi-monthly. Okay, so those are the steps we're going to do. Okay, so his bi-weekly pay was $1,450. That was bi-weekly, so that was 26 times a year, every 2 weeks. So that tells us his annual salary is $37,700. So we put the checks together to find the total. Now we're going to break it up again. but this time we're going to break it up so it's semi-monthly. Semi-monthly means twice a month or 24 times. 2 times 12 is 24. Okay, so we take that salary, let's divide it into 24 checks instead of 26. And you see he gets just a little bit more in each paycheck, but he gets less paychecks. He gets $1,570.83. Last year, Tony, here's our Tony, earned $38,500. He just received a raise and now gets $46,250 a year. Tony is paid bi-weekly. So again, how many times is bi-weekly, or every 2 weeks? 26 times. 26 paychecks. How much more is Tony going to receive in each paycheck this year? Okay, so he was making $38,500 and now he's making $46,250. So first let's find the difference. How much more is he making over the entire year? So let's take the new $46,250, subtract from that what he made before, $38,500. He's making $7,750 more each year, which is awesome. Good for Tony. We want to know how much more is in each paycheck. Okay, so this is for the entire year. He's paid bi-weekly, or 26 times a year. So let's take that $7,750 that he's being paid extra and divide it up into the 26 checks. And it looks like each paycheck is going to be $298.08 more when we round. Okay, another question. At the Red Apple Health Food Store, employees earn time and a half for any hours they work in addition to their regular 35-hour week. Nicole Logan is paid $9 an hour. This week she worked 44.25 hours. What is her total pay? So this is kind of going off of the last lesson, lesson 1 instead of lesson 2. So let's take a look. Okay, so she 35 hours is considered regular at this store. She worked 44.25. So first thing we want to do is find out, well, how much did she make in regular hours and how much did she make in overtime? Okay, well, regular hours, there's 35 of those. Overtime, well, let's take the total and subtract the 35 hours. So we take the 44.25 minus 35, and we find she worked 9.25 overtime hours. Okay, now we're going to figure the pay for each of those. Well, her regular pay is $9 an hour, so easy enough. We take the $9 an hour times 35 hours to get her regular hours. Okay, so for regular time, she gets $315. Overtime. Well, we got to find out how much is overtime pay. She makes $9 an hour regularly, gets time and a half for overtime. So time and a half, remember, is timesing by 1.5. So her overtime pay is $13.50. Right? She worked 9.25 hours. She gets paid $13.50 for each of those overtime hours. So we take the 13.50 times the 9.25 hours that she worked overtime. And we find overtime pay is $124.88 if we do our rounding. The question wanted to know what's her total pay. So we're going to go ahead and add the regular and the overtime together. The $315 plus the $124.88. Alright, looks like you get $439.88 would be her total pay.